and all that good stuff. You know, a lot of the trolls were saying that he wasn't even going to get out. And for some reason, some of these trolls had more information about the truck than even Ernie had about the truck that he was driving, which is very interesting, I find. And those same people were saying that even if we paid the $5,000 to get him out today, you know, he's being arraigned in the morning, and they were still not going to let him out. We thought that was kind of weird, and they were definitely not wanting to say much to Xander, even though Xander was there all day. Okay. So Xander even made appointments for video chats with him, and they would put him on video chat, but Ernie was never there in the video, and they would time out the video chat. So Xander never got to video chat with them. He finally got to talk to him on the phone a little while ago, and give him his pastor's telephone number because he didn't have it, memorized. So there's going to be some progress made because his pastor is somebody really amazing, and maybe his pastor can get a lot more information. But the arraignment will be in the morning regardless, okay? So what we ended up finding out today through trolls having a whole lot of information about that truck is that allegedly the truck was the stolen thing, right? And they're trying to blame Ernie, correct? Well, the interesting, maybe I should just play the story we're getting. Have you guys heard Dickalina's story yet about the truck? Let me play this. No, I'm not streaming. This is a screen recording. So let me just play this because it's easier to explain to you guys as we go along.
The van owner is in a...
Wait a minute.
To take the van back, and the van owner is in a... To take the van back.
Dang it. I'm trying to start it over. It's not...
Is in Ohio to take the van back.
Why is it not?
And the van owner...
Let me close this out and reopen it. It's giving me troubles.
I'm sorry, girl. Sorry.
All right, let's open this back up.
Is in Ohio.
Well, I guess I just started it from here.
Early March, right before. I'm sorry, girl. Sorry. Right before he was arrested for public intox meth. They arrested him yesterday as he was exiting the elevator after his arraignment for that public intox, controlled substance, meth. And I'm gonna keep saying meth because that is exactly what he was on, and I'm
gonna keep saying math, because I want you to think that's what he's on.
Highlight again, had he actually taken any drug tests in jail and they were negative, they would have dropped those charges. So Ernie was hired to deliver products and the van. And he did not do that because Tina Simmerly is abusing Ernie, knowing his mental state and his mental illness. And
now she's trying to advocate for Ernie. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I abuse Ernie. I wasn't even with Ernie.
That van had a bomb in it, which it did not.
Okay. Let's correct that line of BS there. It was Ernie who thought there may have been a bomb. He was asking me if that could be a bomb. And I told him, no. I told him that it sounded like his brakes because the ticking wasn't like a timer. And I said, is it the blinker? Is the blinker malfunctioning? And then he was like, listen. And then he'd push the brakes. And when he'd go to push the brakes, it made this god awful sound. I can't even describe it because it was like this clunking. And then it almost sounded like just rotors grinding. And, he'd let off. He's like, what is that? What is that? And I'm like, I don't know. What's that clicking too? And then he said, well, the radio is going on and off. My whole dash is blinking. And I was like, are your brakes electrical? And he was like, I don't know. I said, well, I don't know anything about these brand new Sprinter like type vans. It may be an electrical problem. And I told him he needed to get to the nearest truck stop. Okay. So we're going to correct her false narrative she's trying to plant. And no, there was no bomb, Jerry, at all. The electronics were malfunctioning in the vehicle, but it was clicking and it sounded like it was a timer or something like that. But when you listen closely, it was the electronics like going in and out and blinking in and out. So there was the sound of the clicking. It wasn't a blinker. The radio itself was going in and out, but the brake sounds were the most concerning. And that is what I told Ernie. He needed to stop the car and he needed to get it to a truck stop and ask a trucker or see if there was a mechanic that just happened to be at one of those truck stops, and told him to map the closest truck stop. So there. So correcting a false narrative here. So here we go.
Ernie refused to take the van back, and the van owner is in Ohio and filed the complaint that it was stolen. Ernie text messaged the owner of the van stating that he was carjacked at gunpoint.
Wow. So what now? What happened? I'm sorry.
Ernie stole a van. He was employed.
Wow.
Wow. Well, now, how would Dickalina know that he texted the owner of the van and that the van owner was actually in Ohio? Let's proceed.
Don't get on camera, girls. Go that way. He was hired to deliver products and then deliver the van to the man that purchased the Bolt van.
Wow.
Okay, so what she's saying here is what it sounds like is he was delivering products, but then he was supposed to deliver the vehicle to someone in Ohio that bought the whole van, the Bolt van. Okay.
Messaged the owner of the van when the owner was trying to say, you need to bring the van back. Where's the van? And Ernie said to him via text, I was carjacked at gunpoint and the van was stolen.
Oh my goodness.
That was not true.
No.
Because Ernie lies. So.
Oh my gee.
So Ernie was arrested in the early morning of March 1st
Yep.
in Richland, Kentucky, in the middle of the road. Passers-by called it in because they were terrified they were going to hit him. And that's where Ernie originally was arrested and said he was under the influence of meth.
Okay. So passers-by called it in. I think we have plenty of evidence and recordings of two different troll channels that were calling in to the police many, 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 many times. So let's keep going.
So yesterday when he went to his arraignment, as he exited the elevator post-arraignment, a Madison County deputy said, "Are you Ernest Shell?" And he said, "Yes." He says, "I need to talk to you." This is all recorded. Go to Crafting Through the Lies. There was a concerned citizen that videotaped all of it.
Wow.
So Ernie gets arrested on these warrants, and the warrant states that Ernie failed to deliver the product and the van to the owner. Ernie lied and said he was carjacked at gunpoint. The vehicle was found after he was released from Madison County Detention Center on March 1st. It was found later that day in Casa Cafe's parking lot.
Wait a minute. What did she just say? He was arrested. He was in jail. And the van was found in a Mexican restaurant parking lot. Y'all heard that right. He was arrested, and the van was found later that day in a Mexican restaurant parking lot. Let's keep going.
And when the deputy ran the plate, it showed that it was stolen.
Wow.
How did the van get off the side of the highway, guys? And Ernie got escorted to jail. Oh, man. Y'all didn't think this through. Y'all did not think this through. Yep. Y'all did not think this through. Because when someone gets arrested on the side of the highway, the van is taken by the police to an impound lot or a tow truck. A tow truck takes it to the impound lot. Okay? So, how did the van make it to the Mexican restaurant? We'll go further, and we'll talk about that in a minute. It was earlier in the day. Yeah, well, Ernie never saw the van at all. When Ernie got out of jail, there was an Uber waiting on Ernie. Someone has admitted to calling that Uber. And we got that too. So, who picked up the van? The police said the rightful owner came to pick up the van. And they took it away. Ernie never, ever, ever saw that van after he was arrested on the side of the highway. Let's keep going.
So Ernie was charged with felony receiving stolen goods over $10,000. That's the van. And the criminal misdemeanor for destruction inside the van. He tore apart the steering column because fucking Tina had him convinced there was a bomb in it.
Okay. So, he never tore apart the steering column. You could see the steering column was just fine in his last video. So somehow, the steering column got messed up while Ernie was in jail and never saw the van again. So he had no chance at all to tear apart a steering column. Nice fake narrative you're trying to write there, but y'all really didn't think this through.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah.
I'm working on getting Tina arrested because Tina knows that Ernie is mentally ill. Tina knows that Ernie was using meth. Tina regularly manipulates and controls Ernie for her own use. And she's just as culpable because she knows he has mental illnesses. So you guys.
Okay. I am Ernie's number one advocate. Okay. I don't enable Ernie to do anything. I actually discourage a lot of this engagement with you trolls. And you trolls love that he engages with you. I mean, you just feed off of it like parasites. You're just like sucking off of a host all the time. And I constantly ask Ernie to not engage with you psychos. If I was in any way Ernie's handler, he sure as hell wouldn't be acting the fool with some of you traitors and backstabbers and liars and flat out parasites. So there's that. But I wouldn't want to handle Ernie. Ernie is a free person. I don't manipulate him. I just am here for him anytime he needs me. If he doesn't feel he needs me, then he doesn't need me. But he does need me because he always calls when he needs a friend, because everybody needs a friend. So, anyways, let's move along.
Need to pay attention. I know a lot of their followers follow you, but Miss Daisy, they are exploiting and using all of their subs to now try to raise $5,000 for his cash only bond.
Oh my goodness. So let me ask you this. So how is like wasn't he working for that company though? Didn't I think he was working for the company?
Yes. According to the police report, he was hired by this company, and I don't know the company name because it's blacked out on the police report, but he was hired, and it was a delivery type thing, and he was supposed to pick up this van, which he did, and then there were shipments inside the van, and there's bill of ladings that Tina's like, hey, look, these are receipts. Well, he not only didn't deliver the goods, but the van was also a good, where an out-of-state company purchased this van from Texas, and Ernie was supposed to drive the van after dropping the shipments off to the owner in Ohio. And he didn't.
Did he know it was stolen, do you think?
It wasn't stolen until Ernie refused to deliver the van to the owner.
Did you hear how mad she just got at her? Man. I don't talk to people that way. But anyways.
Oh, okay. I understand now. Wow.
So if you saw the van, it was like a Sprinter type van.
Wow.
So the owner purchased the van, and someone was hired, which there was a company that hired Ernie to deliver the goods inside the van and then take the actual van and deliver it to the purchaser. That was someone's van that they purchased.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. How in the world does Ernie get a job driving for this company, and he just goes on a week and a half's worth of deliveries, and then somehow he is supposed to drive this vehicle to an address in Kentucky, which he was on his way to when all this crazy stuff happened, okay? And all the YouTubers were all ready that day to live stream Operation Van Down. Van Down. What did Van Down mean? Chad, get out of here. You're with Nicolina. Bye. Anyways, yeah, what was Van Down? And how they know anything about the van? So this is a pretty elaborate story, and Ernie doesn't even know this story. And this is Ernie's story. I'll just say that. So, but how was Ernie expected to be working for a company that delivers good, but then somehow somebody buys the Bolt van, his company van, and then he's supposed to deliver a van that's been sold to someone in Ohio? I don't know. It doesn't sound like a likely story to me, but let's go on. Hold up. My dog will not stay off of me. I have to go let her outside. Okay. No, I did not say. Well, yeah, the job. Here, I'll go ahead and show this. Okay. He wasn't supposed to be driving to Kentucky when he left here. Okay. So I'll go ahead and clarify that. When he left here, he thought that he was going to be working for a couple weeks at least all around the Texas and the west side of the United States. Not here. He said he'd see us in, a few weeks. So that's what I meant when I said that he was not even supposed to be in Kentucky. But this paperwork that I have here that is, it is the Bill of Lading is the way it's pronounced. Several professional people have told me that is how it's pronounced, Nicolina. So anyways, he was supposed to deliver it to Lebanon, Kentucky. That was his destination point. Okay. So he went to Texas after he left Knoxville. He did go there. So the van had Texas plates. So, one would assume or believe that was correct. And the van came from Texas. And he was on a delivery that he was contracted here through this paperwork. And people were telling me to show all the paperwork. I'm not showing you all this legal documentation. I showed you enough that it says Bolt Express LLC and that I have them. These are for the courts, not for YouTubers, okay? So, and he wasn't on drugs. I even showed you the paperwork for that too. So, there. All right, let's move forward.
And the van owner is in Ohio at the end of February, early March, right before. I'm sorry, girl. Sorry. Right before he was arrested for public intox meth. They arrested him yesterday as he was exiting the elevator after his arraignment for that public intox, controlled substance meth. And I'm going to keep.
How many times is she going to say meth?
That is exactly what he was on, and I want to highlight again. Had he actually taken any drug tests in jail and they were negative, they would have dropped those charges.
Oh yeah.
So Ernie was hired to deliver products and the van. And he did not do that because Tina Simmerly abusing Ernie, knowing his mental state and his mental illness, and told him,
"Hey, girls, do I abuse Ernie?"
No, we probably abuse him more than you do.
I know. Oh,
Not physically, just cuddly.
they smart off to Ernie all the time. The teenagers.
He's kind of arrogant.
They think he's arrogant.
that van had a bomb in it, which it did not. Ernie refused to take the van back, and the van owner is in Ohio and filed the complaint that it was stolen. Ernie text messaged the owner of the van stating that he was carjacked at gunpoint.
Wow. So what now? What happened? I'm sorry.
Ernie stole a van. He was employed.
Wow.
Don't
Man.
get on camera, girls. Go that way. He was hired to deliver products and then deliver the van to the man that purchased the Bolt van.
Wow.
He text messaged.
I mean, is that company policy to hire somebody under contract to work for your company, and then Bolt just sells their van right in the middle of your delivery, and Bolt just sells vans like that, and then you got to take it to another state? Like, how is Ernie going to get a ride somewhere? I don't know. Y'all aren't very good at making up stories, but let's go.
The owner of the van, when the owner was trying to say, you need to bring the van back, where is the van? And Ernie said to him via text, I was carjacked at gunpoint and the van was stolen.
Oh,
Goodness.
oh my goodness.
No.
Because Ernie lies. So,
Oh my gee.
Ernie was arrested in the early morning of March 1st in Richland, Kentucky, in the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road. Wow. Man, if anybody talks to me like that to my face, they wouldn't like my response. I can't believe this woman is allowing this person on her panel to just talk to her in that tone. It is so annoying and condescending. But anyways, let's continue this story.
I called it in because they were terrified they were going to hit him, and that's where Ernie originally was arrested and said he was under the influence of meth.
Okay. So I say she said meth about 30 or 40 times, okay? But you heard it right out of her mouth. He was arrested on the side of the road with the van. Where'd the van go? How'd it get picked up in a Mexican restaurant parking lot, either while Ernie was in jail or after Ernie was in jail? Even if it was after Ernie got out of jail, Ernie got picked up by an Uber. Ernie never saw the van again. Ernie didn't get in the van and drive it to the Mexican restaurant to break the steering column. If your story was correct, Ernie would probably have broke apart the steering column right there on live stream. You would have seen evidence of a torn apart dash and steering column in the live stream. But you don't see any of that. Okay, you don't see any of that at all because Ernie did live stream. And we have the evidence to support exactly what I'm saying. Okay, so Who's responsible for the vehicle when someone is arrested? Does anybody know? Ding, 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 ding. You're a bad wolf with the right answer. Oh, wow. Look at that. No, they want Ernie hospitalized. They all want Ernie hospitalized. Why do they all want Ernie hospitalized? When what happened to Ernie was these people's doing. They want to say that, someone who treats him like family and stands up for him and cares for him and supports him 100%, even if you don't always agree with him, you believe in him. I would never talk to Ernie in this tone, ever. So let's continue on.
So yesterday when he went to his arraignment, as he exited the elevator post-arraignment, a Madison County deputy said, "Are you Ernest Shell?" And he said, "Yes." He says, "I need to talk to you. This is all recorded. Go to Crafting Through the Lies." There was a concerned citizen that videotaped all of it.
Wow.
So Ernie gets arrested on these warrants, and the warrant states that Ernie failed to deliver the product and the van to the owner. Ernie lied and said he was carjacked at gunpoint. The vehicle was found after he was released from Madison County Detention Center on March 1st. It was found later that day in Casa Cafe's parking lot. And when the deputy ran the plate, it showed that it was stolen.
Wow.
So Ernie was charged with felony receiving stolen goods over $10,000. That's the van. And the criminal misdemeanor for destruction inside the van. He tore apart the steering column because fucking Tina had him convinced there was a bomb in it.
Yeah. No, Tina's the one who convinced him there wasn't a bomb in it and there was an electrical issue, that he needed to get to the nearest gas station or preferably a truck stop so he could get assistance. And considering that the van's electrical system was completely causing a mental episode in him, I told him he didn't need to be near the van. The sound of that ticking and the flashing and the blinking of all the electronics were totally tripping him out. He needed to get out of that van and away from it. And I told him to go buy some water, sit down, ask a trucker to help him. I was in the middle of washing dishes. I only got to talk to him for 15 minutes. And we were pretty slammed. I was at work that day. So I told him to call Xander. And I think he called Xander, but Xander said he was busy. He was in the store and he didn't get to talk to him. But he said he could tell that Ernie may be having an episode. And I said, "Oh, yeah, Ernie was definitely having an episode. You didn't get to talk to him?" And he was like, "No, what's going on?" And so then we go on Facebook and see that he's still going through the episode because we actually slowed down at the cafe. Xander had to run to the grocery store to pick up some veggies for some of the things that we had run out of. So Xander was at the store. He didn't get to talk to Ernie. So none of this is our responsibility. We weren't even in the same state. He was 3 hours away. Okay. BDAC, I'll answer that question. I'm not sure why he said that. We could be talking about total PTSD here and all the electronics going crazy, made his mind go crazy. I don't know. I was not there. We can only speculate at this point. But I will say 100% that electrical things happen when things like this happen to Ernie. 100%. I've seen it several times. So, I'm not sure, what to say about that. So, let's continue.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I'm working on getting Tina arrested because Tina knows that Ernie is mentally ill. Tina knows that Ernie was using meth. Tina regularly manipulates and controls Ernie for her own use. And she's just as culpable because she knows he has mental illnesses. So you guys need to pay attention. And I know a lot of their followers follow you, but Miss Daisy, they are exploiting and using all of their subs to now try to raise $5,000 for his cash only bond.
Oh my goodness. So let me ask you this. So how is like wasn't he working for that company though? Didn't I think he was working for the company?
Yes. According to the police report, he was hired by this company, and I don't know the company name because it's blacked out on the police report. But he was hired, and it was a delivery type thing, and he was supposed to pick up this van, which he did, and then there were shipments inside the van, and there's bill of ladings that Tina's like, hey, look, these are receipts. Well, he not only didn't deliver the goods, but the van was also a good, where an out-of-state company purchased this van from Texas, and Ernie was supposed to drive the van after dropping the shipments off to the owner in Ohio. And he didn't.
Did he know it was stolen, do you think?
It wasn't stolen until Ernie refused to deliver the van to the owner.
Oh man, she's so angry when she's not understanding how fucked up this story is.
Oh,
okay.
So if you saw the van, it was like a Sprinter type van.
Wow.
So the owner purchased the van, and someone was hired, which there was a company that hired Ernie to deliver the goods inside the van and then take the actual van and deliver it to the purchaser. That was someone's van that they purchased.
Oh my goodness.
How does that work? Does anybody know how that works? Is that normal Bolt policy? Do they hire people and then send them on a few runs to deliver some stuff here and there? And then, like, what? Somebody just buys the van at an auction? Or, like, how the hell does that work? When he picked up the van in Texas, and he has a photo ID that he's a Bolt employee, I got paperwork right here saying where he came from, where he was going to, and what was in the truck, which was not anything illegal. I mean, I don't know, whatever bolster springs are. I don't know what those are. But anyways, we've got these two, documents here saying that Ernie had to deliver to Lebanon, Kentucky in this van that he left on the side of the road when he was arrested. He never saw the van again. So I don't understand why it was his responsibility to deliver the van to someone who purchased the van. That's just weird. Does that sound normal to you guys? Y'all think that's normal? All right. All right. I think I ended it. Yeah, I did. Anyways. That's a good idea. So everybody saw Ernie get arrested. He was on the side of the road. BDAC, it was very tough to watch what happened. It pains me greatly when that happens to my brother. Like, I consider Ernie my family 100%. I would never betray him. I would never, ever use him. And I will always uplift him and support him. And I encourage him in whatever he does, even if I don't agree with it. I mean, I'll tell him I don't agree with it, you know. But Ernie does what he wants. Bingo. If y'all really think he has mental issues, why y'all messing with him? Seriously. Why are you trying to push my friend over the edge? Why is it funny? Why is it funny to watch him suffer? It's not funny. Yep. Who took the van to the Casa Cafe? That's what I want to know. It was not Ernie. Did the police just leave the van on the side of the road and not have it impounded? Or did, they call the tow company and expect the tow company just to show up and, left the vehicle unattended? What happened from the time Ernie was put in the cruiser to being put in jail and Ernie never seeing the van? He never, ever, ever got the van. And we have video proof of that. We have video proof that he left in an Uber because he was told that the rightful owner of the van picked up the van. And when you're getting out of jail and the cops tell you that the van that didn't belong to you was picked up by the rightful owner, you would expect that they looked at documentation and proof before they gave a vehicle to somebody that drove it away a mile and a half. I think this is as far as it is from the area in question that, Ernie, I think it was like 2 miles or something like that. Or no, it was a mile and a half is what Xander said from the police station, I think is what he was saying. So, but the van probably didn't get taken to the police station. It probably got taken to an impound lot. But who knows? Who picked up the van? Van down. Yep. Lots and lots and lots of holes in this story. And the story is presented in a way that it gives you all the answers, and you better believe it. No, I'm telling you. That's how the story is presented. I am writing the narrative. You understand? She talks about narcissism. Yeah, okay. You're looking in the mirror, lady. Like, seriously. And I'm working on trying to press charges on Tina. For what? For working my ass off and, just being here for my friend when he needs me? You're sick, man. The van and the electronics glitching out was obviously causing my friend distress. So absolutely, I'm going to tell my friend to get the hell away from the source of his distress. Period. And if you were his friend, you'd say the same thing. No. The paperwork that we have here says absolutely nothing about Ohio. No, it's very strange, BDAC, because, you know, if the van was stolen, I mean, he was in jail for a while, you know. I mean, at least a couple hours, at least. You know, and that's putting it mildly. They would have had to have ran the tags. They would have had to have found the vehicle owner. So the vehicle owner allegedly is the one who picked up the van, and the vehicle, according to, you know, this story that they've, you know, concocted, the real owner is no longer Bolt. Bolt has sold the van to somebody in Ohio, and Ernie was the one responsible for delivering a vehicle to its proper new owner, allegedly. How the hell is Ernie getting anywhere after that? Makes no sense. I don't believe Ernie would have agreed to just, you know, go work for a week and a half, 2 weeks, when I know he signed a lengthy contract with this company. So, and why did that guy, Steve, say in Benny's comment during him streaming Ernie in distress, he said, "That's my van. Where's it at?" We got the screenshots of that. So, you know, we need to look into who this guy is. Maybe he was just making it up. Love comes from the heart. You can contact me at predatorhunternation@gmail.com. Well, unless they're passing around a fake arrest record, it says the same thing about the van being found in the parking lot of a Mexican restaurant.